Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about the cEDH deck, Kinnan Bonder Prodigy. Kinnan reads a green and a blue, 2/2, legendary creature, human druid, with whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced, and pay 5 green and blue to look at the top 5 cards of your library, and may put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. So, yeah, it gives a very powerful ability to creating more mana, as well as a very solid outlet for that mana. Kinnan was the first cEDH deck I ever played. This deck is a slightly modified version of the list known as Grind Them to Dust. A lot of pilots now are on the deck. This is known as NBC, or no bad cards. The Grind Them to Dust is a more mid-range, slightly more big flips version where its second ability matters more. But let's get into some of the combos the deck runs. First combo we're going to talk about is with Basalt Monolith. Basalt Monolith is 3 mana for a tap to add 3 mana, 3 untap. Doesn't untap trigger untap step. With Kinnan, it gives you infinite colorless mana due to it adding 4. So get this, you can get infinite colorless. Few ways around to get it. Got Tezzeret the Seeker. Can play it immediately -3. Grab up Basalt. Got the Scour for Scrap, which can either search the library for it, or if you try to cast and it's been countered, return it from the graveyard. Transmute Artifact, which is a very solid version. Sacrifice an artifact. Then search your library. If the one you sacrificed cost less, pay mana equal to the difference. Very solid one. And then Trophy Mage, we'll just search for this. It's like a couple other things you can search for, but it does have the downside of being a human, so you can't flip into it with Kinnan. Still a very solid card. Next, we're going to talk about a few of the ways you can filter the infinite colorless. 2 ways currently run are Treasure Vault, second ability, create a whole bunch of treasure tokens. That gives you a bunch of colored. Or you can use Mirage Mirror. Mirage Mirror, it's slightly more complicated. You have to activate its ability, and then holding priority to activate again, copying between Basalt and something that can tap for colored mana. So you have it turn in one activation resolve, turn it into a thing that taps for colored mana, tap it, have it become a Basalt, and priority on the next, untap, and then go down the line of triggers. Once you've filtered into colored mana, you can flip through your deck with Kinnan, doing that until you hit Thrasios, that you'll draw, typically until you hit a Finale of Devastation. If you're doing this in your first main phase, because then you can do that, just infinite, and swing out at everyone with all the creatures in your deck. If it is not your first main phase, I'm not the best at explaining it. I don't frequently go for it, but there's lines with Endurance, Cephalid Coliseum, or Pongify. Pongify is less in favor. Endurance and Thrasios mana, you can go through and destroy stuff, get a bunch of apes, get rid of all of their irrelevant stuff. Or the Cephalid Coliseum, You can make everyone draw out. So, like I said, I'm not the best at explaining yet. If you really more, you can look at a primer for it. I could probably link a few in the description. Now, talk about some other combo. Next combo we're going to talk about is Hullbreaker Horror with a Soul Ring and any these 0-drop rocks. Mox Opal and Mox Amber are definitely the best of them because they don't require as much additional strengths. If you've got Kinnan in play, Amber's on, and just tap it for colored mana in between. If you've got enough artifacts, Opal's on. Diamond is limited by lands in hand, Chrome cards in hand. Lotus Petal works, but you aren't getting the colored mana as well. The way it works is the ability whenever you cast a spell, you can return either a spell or non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So you'll tap Soul Ring, float 2, cast 0-drop, bounce the Soul Ring, then use 1 of it to recast, tap, and if you have any of these, even if they aren't on, you're getting infinite colorless. If they are on, then you're getting infinite colored as well, and you can go through the same lines, loop it until you hit Thrasios, spin Thrasios until you hit Finale of Devastation, or other lines. So it's a very solid. Well, now it's time to go through the rest of the deck that I haven't already discussed. Discussed some of the major combos, but now let's just look at the rest. On the side, so we've got Emergent Zone, good for getting flash. Valley Flood Killer, also a flash enabler. Chain of Vapor, it's good removal, bounce. Polluted Delta, Force of Negation. Chord of Calling, Elvish Mystic, Mindbreak Trap, Void Winnower, Mana Confluence, Fintorn Elves, Flusterstorm, Wan Shi Tong, Spellskite, Mental Misstep, Breeding Pool, Nyx Bloom Ancient, Birds of Paradise, Glenalandra Archmage, Mirror Maid, Fierce Guardianship, Command Tower, Nature's Rhythm, Invasion of Ikoria, Rejuvenating Springs, Otawara Soaring City, Wandering Archaic, Snow-Covered Island, Bloom Tender, Pact of Negation, Misty Rainforest, Seedbore Muse. Seedbore Muse is a very strong card. It's what a lot of the times with any of the tutors, the battlefield, it's what you're going to want to get if able. It enables you to get a lot of extra Kinnan spins. If you have enough mana among permanents you control, just untap and get at least 1 spin every turn. Mystic Remora, Mana Vault, Consecrated Sphinx, Gemstone Caverns, Mysterized Village, Talisman of Curiosity, the One Ring, card that has fallen out of favor a lot, still a solid card, So if I played this deck more frequently, I probably would make updates to it, likely bringing it closer to NBC, but I don't play it particularly frequently. Next is Swan Song, Minamo School at Water's Edge, Enduring Vitality, Arcane Signet, Boseiju Who Endures, Badger Mole Cub, Llanowar Elves, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Worldly Tutor, City of Brass, The Cabbage Merchant, Yavimaya Coast, Ancient Tomb, Verdant Catacombs, Phyrexian Metamorph, Delighted Halfling, Green Sun's Zenith, Force of Will, Felwar Stone, Thorn Mammoth, Cyclonic Rift, Elvish Spirit Guide, Rhystic Study, Trinisphere, Sink into Stupor, Tropical Island, Clever Impersonator, Grim Monolith, Springleaf Drum, Snow-Covered Forest, Flooded Strand, Crop Rotation, Waterlogged Grove, Mana Drain, Gaia's Cradle, Nezahal Primal Tide, Scalding Tarn, Colossal Sky Turtle, Dispel, Into the Flood Maw, and Force of Vigor. So, Kinnan, good. It's a pretty good deck. It's consistently will sit top 2 in the meta. So, and it's also fairly easy to learn. Like I said, it's the deck I started on. So, if you're just starting into cEDH, Kinnan is a very solid pick. It will give you a lot of mana, a lot of resources, a lot of stuff to play the game. But like I said, I have a link to my current list, to the Kinnan Discord, some primers in the description down below. Sure to check it out. I have more cEDH content coming up.